Good morning, good morning, good morning. So let's see what we got here. Close out one of my positions earlier this morning. Well, I'm like 15, 20 minutes ago. It was right down in this area. So what we got, market's about to open in 2 minutes. So we don't have any swing high, swing lows that we're able to use at the top, except for the entry that was right there. Boom. So you've been right there, but there's nothing from the top that's giving us, nothing here. Push down was too hard. So the way we got to treat this one is plain zone breaks, right? All right. So here's what we got. So we'll do a buy stop. See if we get a push outside that zone. Oh, that's really high. Bam. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take it right there. And then we're also going to need a sell stop, obviously. Get in another position if we can, right? Whoa. Do you see that? I got a little wild. Where that position go? There it is. So then we'll drop it right below this one. So we're at 18 pips. Yeah, that's way down low. 17. Now what we do have down here is that right there. This thing up, and as you guys know, there's market open. All right, so we got could as what we've seen normally with news coming out, market opens are pretty lackluster. When there's something coming out later, it'll just kind of consolidate and push, and that's what we've seen since the big push down from last night, which was a fun little trade there. Who else got in that? It's from swing high, swing low. There was a lot of opportunities this morning. There's one scalp, two scalps, three scalps, and then doing it vice versa. 1, 2, and 3. And then you had the big one up here. So there was moves all day. Well, not all day, but this morning. I've already closed 5% this morning. What is up? Love that. Way to go, Scott. That's a 69 pip open, so not bad. I mean, that's your open candle right there. And it ran, 66 pips. So that's actually a pretty solid market open. I forgot I had my screen so condensed. I'm sorry, I've got to clear my throat. Yeah, between mowing the grass and then riding around my window down, I've been trying to enjoy as much as the Ferrari as I can. The buyer of it is like that close to pulling the trigger. He wanted to see obviously all paperwork and all maintenance records of it and all that great jazz. And then you have the title in hand. It's like, yeah, I got the title in hand, bro. It's right here. Let's go. So it may be gone. What's up, Nicholas? So at the moment, I will not be looking at any other pairs during market open while US 30 is here, but we will take a look at it in just a little bit. Only because since I'm in trades and have trades of my own here, I don't want to jump around looking at the pair and miss something on mine. But I will take a look at it, promise. So yeah, take a look at Apple over here. Yeah. Dang, that market open. I'm telling you, if you guys aren't trading Apple, you're missing out. Let me show you why. And I didn't trade Apple today just because I was so freaking tired. But look at this on the 1 minute on Apple. Look at that dot to dot, retested and broke, and look, slammed down. Look at that. Look at all those. Yeah, and if you look at the 1 hour, I mean, it just, as soon as it broke our trend line the other day right there, it had that retest and then slammed down. So pretty crazy. And let me go ahead and get that on my tab though while we're waiting here. Let's see here. All right, hurry if we can get this listed over here. That way I've at least got it pulled up. In case you don't know, I hate UCAD. Absolutely hate it. So this is what I was looking at late last night on the 30-minute. For those of you that wondered why I got in the sell right here. I missed, obviously, this sell opportunity, but it did buy up pretty hard. So it bounced right in this zone, the 34,831 that you guys have seen me drop that line yesterday. That was that line right there. We took the bounce. So wherever we take the bounce, that big push, you can see that it comes right back and taps that push almost every single time. So up we go, and then bam, hit it. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, kept trying to break it. And so when it couldn't break it, I was like, we'll wait till it gets a retest. So it goes up, it retests this bottom trend. This was a swing low here. So you had a swing low to swing low marker. It went up, retested, didn't close the candle, came back down, broke trend. I clicked sell. Actually dropped 0.1 and another 0.1 on it, closed out one of them this morning. And then this line here was another area that I knew that we had that rejection coming through. So pushed. So I knew that I was safe. So as soon as I saw that safe right there, that's when I was like, all right, I'm going to bed. So protected and went to bed. Didn't have much to worry about because that 34,831 zone is a pretty tight zone for this. So yeah. And then what we also have too, thank you, sweetie. And then what we also have is the swing low right here that we're able to tap right there on that one. And that happened 1, 2, 3, 4 hours ago. So this line here has to be broke and head down, which is obviously where we've got the sell stop. I can go ahead and remove these trend lines. I don't need them. We don't need this one anymore. And we don't need that one anymore. So if you were looking at this trade, the reason I've got the buy right here before this area is because this, if it hits that buy, we're going to tap that zone. And then obviously if we close above it, we're going to continue going up. And then we'd retest that right there. Like that. Boom. So there's a lot of opportunities this morning. And as we say, we're just going to react. So this is looking at US 30 on the 30-minute. If we look at Apple on the 30-minute, you can see that it has pretty much followed US 30 to a T. Actually, let me zoom out that way. I mean, there you go right there. And then there's our US 30. So, I mean, you can see where it's bouncing right here off this trend line is exactly where we've got our bouncing off this trend line. So, yeah, I mean, and like I said, it's not always going to be perfect, but I mean, it's going to give us a nice, answer here before too long. And typically what happens is the Apple move happens before the US 30 move. So you could actually, put it side by side and watch the two of them and say, oh crap, Apple's getting a push down. So we're more than likely going to get a push down in US 30. So if you're utilizing it as just a quick scalp, it helps out a lot better. Utilizing it that way for long-term trades and swing trades. I wouldn't trust it too much, like for hours upon hours, but it does give you a nice little push right there for those entries. 1 minute. I mean, you see we're consolidating pretty hard in this zone. Let's go through here. US 30 to follow, I hope so. We'll see what happens. We got news dropping at 10. Well, not really news, but just speaking. And really, here's the thing too, when you've got, someone like Powell or anyone speaking, testifying, whatever, you don't get that news right away because obviously your traders aren't in the newsroom. So what ends up happening is as things are happening, reporters are taking notes and things come out, then it affects the market. So we appreciate you deeply. No one in your level is doing this Zoom often. And so thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was so that was something I talked about last time I was on live with Anthony, and we were just talking about, going live, having fun and doing things like this. And then when I got off that live, I jumped on what we call it. Whose Telegram was that? I was on a Telegram live last night. What was the name of that group? Let's see. Some of y'all may be members of it. Forex Addicts, I think is what it was. Crap. He sent it to me individually. But I was just on a quick Zoom with this guy's group last night, and that's what I was talking about was, there's a lot of people that will, and I was guilty of it for throwing up, TradingView stuff religiously. And, I'm like, oh yeah, let's trade live. And I'm trading on TradingView. And everyone's like, why don't you trade on MetaTrader? And I was like, man, I did it for so long. I just wanted to do markups and all that. And I got to thinking, just think about this in terms of a person that is going to sit here and trade in front of you. It's almost like a school teacher. They're going to teach you, they're going to tell you how to make money. They're going to, give you all this homework how to make money, but then they're not even making that money themselves, which nothing against, college teachers or anything like that. You are special people, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't sit in a room of people and do it every single day. There's absolutely no way. But what I'm saying is, if someone's in front of a room and they're telling me or teaching me, how to become extremely successful or how to make a lot of money, then I would say, why aren't you doing the same thing to make a lot of money? So the same thing comes into trading. Is you got people that are like, oh yeah, man, if you take this trade and you would have done this and you would have done that, then you'd have made $100,000. And it's like, well, how much money did you make on it? And they're like, oh, I didn't make anything. So you're telling me you missed out on an opportunity to make $100,000 because you wanted to tell me how to do it? That kind of sounds like network marketing to me, to some extent. So, and I know that, there's a lot of that out there. Now, granted, there's going to be times where I don't want to trade live, trust me, and I may get on here and mark it up, and that's just me not wanting to trade. But for someone who religiously does it, own and own and own again, of never trading live with their group, and never showing them why they're taking those trades, always question that. I mean, think about that. If you've got traders that are, claiming, well, not traders in general, but I mean, influencers or whatever, that are claiming to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, whatever. I mean, you see screenshots of stuff, crazy. I saw a screenshot last week, of a dude. I don't even know who he is. Someone had tagged me in one of his posts, and he made like 4.2 million in one day. And he's got a class of people, and he didn't get on Zoom or show them his winnings. I can promise you guys right now, if you see my profit down here on my screen, if that was flashing $4 million, I can promise you I would send everyone a Zoom link and get everyone on a call and be like, yo, y'all check this out. Look how much profit I'm making. I'm just not going to sit here in a room by myself and not share that with anyone. We're going live and we're going to celebrate. We're going to break Zoom. So yeah, sorry going on my little rant, but just be cautious of those people. If you've got a mentor or you've got a coach or you got someone that's, because there's we talk about this all the time. There are classes everywhere. I'm talking everyone's got classes, and I can vouch for the people that I know that are legit, but then there's a lot of people out there that aren't. If you've got a mentor or a coach, and you should be able to ask any of your mentors or coach, hey, I want to schedule a Zoom with you and watch you trade. Or if you're paying that coach or you're paying that mentor and they're holding classes or whatever, say, I want you to trade for us live. Like, I want to see you trade live for us. And then you'll actually get to see if they're going to trade the way they're teaching. And you're actually going to get to see if they're profitable while they're trading. Because I can tell you now, guys, when I first started in the Forex game and I sat in on some of these Zooms and some of these calls that these guys had, I was blown away at the people that were, so-called amazing traders, that I get on a Zoom with them, show them trading live, and they would never won a single trade that we were on with. So it's like it starts making you think about that stuff. It's easier to teach than to sell it. Oh yeah, all day. It is. Let's see. It's super easy. It's easy for me to get up here and, say, hey guys, I'm going to teach this, I'm going to teach that. And then I'll show you and then expect you to do that without showing you how to do it live. Because, I could sit here, I mean, granted, we already know the swing high, swing low markers, but I mean, I could sit here and say, all right, guys, so this morning I would have done this right here. And I'd have dropped 100 standards on that trade because we saw that it was most people would have had that there like this. And the moment that they got that push through on $100 or $500 per pip, they'd have gotten scared. They got scared all day. Being in, 7-8 pips of drawdown, almost 5K. Some people get scared. They close out, instead of going the opposite direction. Let's see. Oh yeah, it broke that. Come on, baby. I mean, it is riding in between. I mean, there's your market open candle. So between market open, we have fluctuated literally in a 79 pip window there. So let's see what happens. And that's why I say I react to the market. So, we know that there's not a trend line that we have right here. There's nothing. So all we have is a zone. So that's our zone. That's our zone break right there. If we look at the 30-minute, that puts us right there on that 200. It's already wicked it. We've wicked it. Here's the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times it's tried to break that 200. So one thing that we want to watch out for is we have this 50 coming in. So as that 50 gets closer to that 200, it could go up, bam, wick that 50 and then break that trend line coming down. So that's what we'll see. Either way, opportunity, money's on the table. Let's see what happens. Give me 1 second here. Let's see. All right, let's see here. Sorry, guys, responding back to messages here that I've been getting texts on. Break trend. So that puts us on this. There's the 30. So retested 200, broke trend coming down. It's a big push right there. Swing high marker, but there's nothing there we can put it on. So now we wait. I realized how long this playlist was last night. It's like an 11-hour playlist on YouTube. So, man, this thing's going forever. Excuse me. Oh, man, I finally broke 90K. Finally broke 90K on a live on the little bitty account here. Freaking awesome. Enough I just closed out to have that 90K. We'll see what happens, right? 30 minutes says it all. We got 13 more minutes because it is tapping. And so show you guys a little something that right there. When you see that swing low and you got your trend line on it and that process hitting that swing low, which is this zone here, be cautious because you can see this zone in the past, it broke it, went down. As soon as it hit it, it shot up. It shot up almost 400 pips. So when you see these swing lows in a zone like that, be very, very cautious of that. Andy, what made you want to sell the Ferrari? Are you looking at any other supercars? I am not, actually. Businessman at heart, and when I see an opportunity, I have to take it. And right now, supercar. When I bought the Ferrari, cars were not going as crazy as they were. When I bought my 458, you could get in a high mileage older 458 every day for 160 to 175, and then once you got into 2012s and 13s and above with lower mileage, You were anywhere from 190 to 205, 210. Then obviously you got tax, tag, and tile on top. Well, now they're just going stupid. I mean, you can get a 2012 right now with 50K miles on it, and you're paying 204, 205,000. So the value has just went up so much. It's like you might as well take advantage of it while you can. And I've got people jerking my arm off. I mean, to literally pick that car up. So I was like, man, the business side of me says sell it and get this thing gone. So currently looking at Defenders, man. It's getting that time of the year where we're in fall. We're about to have winter, and we're going to be doing a lot of me and the kids and Hannah have already decided we're going to do a lot of mountain trips and stuff like that. So it only makes sense to, she's got a GLS 63, which by the way is sick. It's stage 2 right now, so almost 1,000 horsepower. So we're not taking that thing in the woods. I mean, that car cost almost as much as the Ferrari. So you're not taking that thing in the woods and beating it, up and around. So figured we get a Defender, blow that thing up, go have some fun off roads. And then when next, spring gets here, we'll start looking at other supercars. What I've got on my radar, because the 458 was kind of my dream car. That was kind of it. I didn't have anything else in the book. I didn't have anything else like, this is my goals of steps I want to go through. And it's kind of like, that was just where I was. So man, I had a lot of Jeeps. So if you guys followed me for the last 2 years, I went through like, I think seven Defenders and like 4 Wranglers. So going the Defender route on that one. I love the Defenders. So yeah, as far as supercars, I don't have anything like, there's nothing that sticks out to me. I don't have any more goals with the supercar. I enjoy it. I enjoy driving it. The kids love it. So I'll probably be looking at maybe like a McLaren of some sort. My cousin still has his, so I may pick his up off of him if he's still wanting to sell it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, we're moving good. We're moving really good. I'll take that. I'd like to get at least another, it's 40 pips. I'd like to see about 50 to 55 pips out of this thing, and then I can protect. When connecting dot to dot, can you skip dots in between? You can. So basically what I do is I just look for the one that gives me that best move like that. So there you guys go on live. Almost hit 92K on the account. $4,000 in profit, 4,300. Oh, and look, guys, let me show you all this little secret sauce. What's Apple doing? Man, moving up. Oh, secret sauce is not there. Man, typical Instagram influencer. I was about to make it sound like I knew what I was talking about. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this real quick now. So now we get up here, we come up, let's go ahead and protect it right there. So we're protected, guys, across the board. So we got protection at the top, we got protection down low. If you guys put your buy stops in the exact spot that mine was, you are currently running at 61 pips in profit. So not too shabby. Good trading day, guys. Look at the profit rolling. Man, if I'd have left my other entry open, it's always those what ifs. I'd have been sick. We'd be setting at 3.6. We'd be setting at $7,000 profit, but I closed them. Closed them out. Stick to the rules. Sorry, sell stop. Yeah. Thanks for correcting me there, Joey. See, and this is what I'm talking about. We're protected. Just like William said, we're protected. There's no stress, nothing. And that's what we want. We did have a little bit of drawdown in this one. So I will say we had a little bit of drawdown. We had, 24 pips of drawdown, which is absolutely nothing on this. And let's look at that 30-minute and you'll see what I'm talking about. Boom, right there. So we broke past. So now we need to close the 30-minute candle below that right there. That right there is where we need to close below. And then next zone that we have is going to be right there. And that's beautiful. And that's where that zone right there is. It's only a 94 pip zone, so not bad. And we're pushing pretty freaking hard. Almost a $5,000 of profit for the day. I will take this all day. Man, telling you, there's not a single reason why people are not literally flooding into our Discord to be on this call. It blows my mind. I mean, you're talking, sorry guys, I get geeked about stuff like this. All right. $2.50 a day gets people on these Zooms. And that's if we went live every single day. That's wild, man. $2.50 a day. And I can promise you they're going to make more money than that. That's a nice push, 90 pips. So let's see where we're at on that 30. Yep, right there's where it wicked up. Come on, we got 6 minutes. We need that 30-minute candle. I'd love for that 30-minute candle to open up in here and then just go. If the 30-minute candle opens up on top of the 34,584, it's going to start trending back upwards to that. And I will more than likely close this trade and go ahead and put those profits on the table if it does that. So we'll keep our eyes peeled. We want to talk about a quick scalp. That's a solid, up to 91 pips, anywhere in between. It's currently running slow in its zone right there at 54 pips. So, so not bad. So I got homework for every single person on this call. I know every single person on this call has at least one friend that trades. One. You've got to get them on this Discord. We got 43 people in here now. I want to be able to go live and at least have 100. I think that'd be sick. And I've invited all the people I can, but the issue is I'm the one trying to sell something. So when I start telling people about it, they're like, "You're just trying to get my money." It's like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm after. So the classes have not filled up yet. The NOT class has a couple more spots available, but I had to cut it off because I was going to bed. And the way that it works, it doesn't cut off once it hits 12. It's one of those where people could have bought throughout the entire NOT, so I had to cut it off. That way I didn't wake up to 50 people purchasing it and then me saying, "Oh crap, now I got to refund all these people." So it'll be going back live in about another hour. And for the NOT class, there's only like 3 or 4 spots left. And then the morning class, there's like 5 spots. Yes, US 30 will be included in the class. And yes, Joey, most definitely. If you want to gift a class or anything like to someone, you can. And like I was telling a few people earlier, is if you've got a next door neighbor, you've got a group of people that you want to be in on this class. I mean, you can get one seat and invite people over to your house. I mean, you could have 10 people sitting in your living room watching it, and you guys could split the cost however you want to do it. Like, I'm not a stickler on that. I'm not going to be that guy that says, no, every single person sitting in your living room. No, man. If you purchase it, you treat it like a streaming event. I don't care. Just don't stream it online. That'd be messed up. All right, 3 minutes. We got to get that thing to open lower. And it's not going to. It's on top of that 14 right now. 34443. So here's the thing, John. You'll never. It could, but I'll react to the trading. It's one of those things where I just react to it. I don't try to predict where it's going. I mean, obviously, I got trend lines of where it's going to go, but I'm going to react to the market. So if 10 o'clock comes and that 30-minute candle can give us a nice open, because you can see we wicked this area here, which would have been our TP. So a break from this zone to here is technically TP right there, which is a solid 100 pips. So that candle, we have to either have a massive 30-minute push to open up in here, and then we're safe. If we open up a 30-minute candle in here, 34493 is going to be super, super easy. If we don't, and we open up a 30-minute candle in here, it's going to go back up, retest there even before it falls. So it will be extremely, extremely risky. And we're 2 minutes from there. And I don't like how that looks. Hey, sweetie. I love you. Is there a certain time you trade every day? So I don't, Ethan. I mean, ultimately, I try to be on the charts at around 9:15. But just given my mornings, you know, if I wake up like this morning, I woke up and me and Hannah are sitting in the bed, and you know, she's looking all sexy and stuff, and she's giving me a back rub. I'm sorry, I love you guys, but I'm standing there with her. So standing there with her, and then I was like, oh crap, the market's about to open. People may be waiting on me, and I actually feel like trading today. So I hurried up, run here, and jumped online. But I normally try to be online between 9 and 9:15, and sometimes a little earlier, especially on days that Hannah and the kids start school earlier, because then that's her thing. So I'm down here on the charts. So yeah, I was a little delayed this morning. Come on, 30-minute. Ooh, that was a big push off that 14. Proved me wrong. So this here is very important right here. The classes are going to be fun. I'm super excited about it because I've never done a true like, I guess I hate using the word beginner classes because it's not, I mean, it is for beginners. And then obviously takes you to where I trade today, but I've never done anything that starts out from the get-go as of this is what we're doing. This is how we do it. And I think it'll be a really good class for everyone to be part of. You know, there's, if you're winning, and this is what I tell people, and that's why I like people keeping journaling and keeping track of their trades. If you are consistently winning in your trades, or, you know, you're looking at, man, you know, I've only won 30% of my trades, but my 30% winning trades are worth more than my 70% losers. Then if that's you, then you don't need this. You don't need this unless you just want to be part of the group and so show support or something like that. There's really no reason to be part of it. So that's why I say you keep tabs of that. And sometimes it's not the education where people are messing up. It's the fact they're in their own head. Like, people know how to draw trend lines. People know how to do all this stuff. But where they get in people's heads or get in their own heads is when they think, you know, it's the trading, or they think it's their trend lines are misplaced, or they think their take profits are off. And it's none of that. It's that they're in their head and they're scared. They're scared of taking that trade. Ooh, $6,000 profit. You guys see that? I didn't even see it because I was too busy looking to hear questions. 6,200. Hold up. We change the song up a little bit here. $94,000, guys. You know how crazy it'd be to break 100K live with you guys? I'd be so happy. Oh man, so happy. Sorry, hold on a second. I would flip. I mean, I know it's going to happen. It's just going to be fun. Hey, y'all hear my nose. I'm telling you guys, trading can be easy. You just have to do it. All right, hold on a second. Get to my most favorite part of the song. TP is about to be hit, by the way. All right, let's go for part. All right. TP is hit. Y'all should be screenshotting this and throwing this on social media. This is epic. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Back when I first made 100 grand. Yeah, back when I first made a. Back when I first made 100 grand. Yeah, back when I first made 100 grand. Thought I was a shit. When I first made 100 grand. Thought I
was a kid. When I first made 100 grand, couldn't tell me nothing. When I first made 100 grand, made 100 grand. Yeah, okay. Back then they used to call me little, but now I'm riding something clean in the coat made of armadillo. They haven't got the memo. I'm saying I'm the shit though. Trying to make it complicated when the shit is simple. Tell me what you wanna be, what your dreams is. 100 G's in my jeans, I'm a genius. And every day someone save me please and get schooled, homie, change the breed. I'm the plug, what you need though. Going beast mode. I keep a freak even when she underwater, she can deep throat. I made a meal before I paid a bill. These fools worry about a wave, I'm a Navy SEAL. Come with me, I can make your life change for real. Always had a dream of stunting, it ain't nothing unless you running shit. Just a young motherfucker with a plan. Thought I was a man when I first made 100 grand.
All right. I'm back. Sorry, I had to have a little moment there. Sometimes I get out of control and get wild with my coffee, my decaf. So that was pretty cool. Literally smacked that TP to a T on the 30-minute. Let's go take a look at the 1 minute, see what that looks like. Oh, look at that drop. So let me check messages real quick. Nicholas said, got my 100. I am out. We need to give you a Guinness World Record for making trading the easiest. So again, we just have fun. Like we just have fun. That's all it is. Do you pay attention to gaps? Not much. Not one bit. Gaps don't bother me at all. Ooh. So from our sell stop that we hit, first area that we murdered was 76 pips, and then all the way to 165 pips, like a champ. So I'll take that all day. Then my entry from swing high, swing low. If you took that same swing high, swing low that I took last night, that one's setting at 404 pips. So 500, almost 600 pips for the day. Yeah. So all I was looking for was this zone up here. I mean, I could see it, but we had this bounce. So when you have a bounce like the market open, you'll typically come back and test this bounce. So I just saw that it kept hitting, couldn't break, and it started going back up. So I'm not looking for buys. I'm looking for sells because I can see how many times this tried to break. So I knew that if this does break hard, we're going to fall hard. So, I mean, just something as simple as that right there. And that was a swing low to swing high on the 1 minute. So when I did it like that, I saw it on the 30 that we retested this zone again, double top and slammed down and broke and click sell. So I had a 0.1 and a 0.1 on it, but I closed out a 0.1 literally before I got on the Zoom, just because I stick with my rules. And I wish I wouldn't had, because man, had I not closed that thing out, we'd have busted 11K live today. So pretty sucked about that. Sorry, Joey, I missed it. Let me see what you put. We're going to help the new people more and more so you can get your rocks off in the morning. Oh, bro, I love it. No, man, I'm just like, I don't know. There's something, I just love waking up in the morning and having just, and I know this is going to sound corny, but I just love cuddling, you know? I like waking up and just squeezing her, cuddling, talking. Yeah, that's just my jam. Starts the day off right. Scott, I think I should turn in my notes. Don't do that yet, Scott, because we can have it. I mean, keep it. And that's why I say it's so important to get everyone on, the Zooms and to get everyone trading with us now, because once you get into, we're going to have losses. Like, trust me, we are going to have losses. Let me cut the music down because it's about to get really loud. I went a little ham on my Mac Miller there. But the thing is there's going to come times where we are going to catch losses. We're going to catch losses as a group. We're going to catch wins as a group. But here's the thing. If we've already had 15, 20 wins and we're over almost 10,000 pips being traded, and then we have a week of losing of 1,000 pips, no one should really care, because the fact is we've got 10,000 pips. So if you're trading $1, that means you've got $10,000 in the bank and you've lost 1,000. You're sitting at $9,000 profit. Those losses are going to happen and they're going to hit us, and there's no way around it. Like, there's no way. It's sooner or later it's going to happen. And that's why I want people to be with us during these winning times. And that way, when the losses come, they don't get murdered, because that happens with, I mean, think about like your signal groups. I mean, you may have a signal group that does really good, that's murdering. I'm talking just killing the signals. And then they have a 2-week losing streak. Well, when that person signs up and those 2 weeks hit, they're going to lose those 2 weeks. Not, and then they dip, they drop, not knowing that for the next 4 weeks are going to become wins. So just something to keep your mind on. So, man, yeah, this would have been exactly right now. It'd have been it'd been $11,142 right now if I didn't close that one out earlier. But stick to the rules. Drew, what is up? What is up? Yeah, man, we're different over here. No, I'm having fun with it. This is what I want people to do. You know, it's more than just because anyone can throw out a chart markup and anyone can tell you what you should have done. Anyone could have said, you know, I would have done this, but would you really have done this? Would you have really have taken that trade? You know, we're all going to do it together. And here's the way I look at it. If I'm sitting here and I took this trade and no one else was on these Zooms, you know, I'd have banked 600 pips. But if you guys are on, which I mean, y'all went on the one earlier, so I can't count that one. You know, where we're at right now is 164 pips. So if I'd have caught 164 pips, I could have made a post on Instagram, been like, yo, caught 164 pips, murdered it, blah, 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 you know. But then anyone in my group would have been like, well, that's cool. Wish you'd have told me, bro. So I put in the chart markup, but Andy, we didn't see what you saw. So, and that's where I learned where I was falling flat. So if you guys remember a few months ago, not even a few months ago, hold on a second. I personally would not be looking for any more positions. You could stack, but I wouldn't, only because of everything. We got news. We've got court stuff happening. Hold on. I got the hiccups. I just wouldn't want to increase my risk. Like right now, if I were to drop another $10 per pip and then this thing ran up 40 pips on me, then I'm risking more, you know, of a loss. So I personally wouldn't be looking for it. But I mean, you could, if you looked at the 1 minute, you could. So the alerts on Discord is all you've got to do is have notifications tagged up on whatchamacallit, on the Andy's videos, and you're going to get alerts of when I'm going live on Zooms. Why are you not closing out? I don't want to right now. This is too much fun. Plus I'm not, you know, it's good money. I mean, there's, you know, $6,800 right now in the bank. So I've already put my profit out for the day. So right now I'm just watching this, having fun. So if we're looking for zones for me, then we can start closing out partials. I'd look for, you know, a bounce in that area there. If we don't bounce above that area, then this thing can keep going. But I'm not, I mean, no one's arguing. I mean, I've closed out today, profit of $2,100. My goal is 500. So this is just free money on the table right now. Surface Pro wise, did you recommend Surface Pro 3 or 4? 3. I recommend the 3. How would you scale into a position or know when to scale? I wouldn't in this because I stick to my rules. My rule is swing low, swing high, or dot to dot, throw a trend, get in the trade. So for us to have another position, we have a swing low here and then draw and create another swing high and build structure to where we had something to put this on to look for another entry. And then you could scale at that point. So let me close out this right here. Let's see here. Let me close that one. Yeah, man, I'm glad you guys were able to join me, and hopefully you guys were able to take another winning trade with me. So on Apple, you will calculate it. So like right here, going up to there, that'd be 16 pips. If we're looking at this right here, that'd be 145 pips. So you always just take off the last number for pips. 30 minutes looking solid right there. I like that. Let's see how we go. If it breaks through, is your next zone 34339. So My next zone, if it breaks through, which would be a really close one, would be right there. And that's roughly, that one is 113 pips away. So you, man, this was a fun one. I want you guys to spam that general area again. Let the general people know what they're missing in here with us. It's all hugs and kisses, baby. Let's see here. Send this video, bro. It sure is. Look at that, 7,400 in profit. Already closed out 2,000 in profit. Almost at 100K equity. Let's go. One of my buddies messaged me to ask how trading was going this morning. So I've been trying to get him to trade with me forever. He's part of other mentor groups and all this stuff, and he's not had success that great. So I'm trying to get him to come over, and he's like, the same thing, bro. You're just trying to sell me something. Like, if it's that good, just give it to me. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. Like, you're at least paying for something, because there's a lot of technology that goes behind this. He's like, really? I was like, yeah, bro. I have to buy coffee. Come on. Me too. It blows my mind. There are signal groups that people are paying almost $90 to $100 a month, where it is signals or a chart markup, not even taking the trades with people with 5, 6, 7, 800 members, 1,000 members. And we're on here trading live, catching pips every day. But, I'm not worried about the quantity. As long as people are here and they're able to take advantage of this and we're able to win together, that's what matters. I'd love to see 100, just because I like the number 100. Just like I want to see 100K on this account. I just love 100. But it is what it is. I'm winning no matter what, and you guys are here, so we're golden. $10.16. Sorry guys, I'm sniffing away. That's what I get for mowing the grass. Hannah was like, this is gonna get controversial, so hopefully I don't offend anyone. And if I do, just remember you cannot subscribe at any given moment. But I was mowing the grass and weeding. She's like, babe, you need to put a mask on, because grass pollen, messes you up. I'm like, I'm not about to mow my grass in a mask. It's the equivalent of people riding in a car with themselves with the windows down wearing a mask. I'm not going to be that guy. So I wasn't that guy. Grass won. Andy down. So we're talking about rules now at this point. So we're pushing good. We finally pushed in this new zone. Being this hard of a push, when that new 30-minute candle opens up, which could be 13 minutes, we will go back and retest. So this zone right here would be where I'd watch to close out my trades. We're setting almost $96,000. It is taking everything in me not to push that close button. But I'm all about hitting these zones, and I want to crush it. I want to crush this zone, guys. Like, if it crushes this zone, I will streak in my front yard. And I'm just kidding. I don't want to give anyone heart attacks. All right, so from sell stop, let's see where we're at. So sell stop that we entered, we're currently saying that we busted so close to 200 pips right there. And then swing high, swing low marker. If you took it at the top, that's 433 pips on top of almost 200. Yep, 200 right there. So we can call that almost 700 pips. So almost 700 pips, $96,000, profit of 8,400. We are rocking and rolling. Let's go that 1 minute. That 1 minute's falling good. So now what I've got, and this is where I keep myself honest. I don't want to leave that box right there. I'm going to create a zone right here. So anything that breaks between there and there, I'll go ahead and close out the trades and be done with it. Whoa, hold up. Let's see here. Oh, but I know what I was saying. So you guys noticed that I was kind of in a funk on the Telegram on the workplace. We wasn't trading live. We wasn't getting these hits. We were just doing markups. And I was in that funk because I didn't like how the setup was. I didn't like how we were trading. I didn't like how, people were over here in this group and we had cliques and segregated. And I was like, man, I'm creating Discord. I like the setup of it. I like how I can do my videos. I have to be organized in this. And we're going to let it run. And you guys have seen probably a completely different side of me in regards to trading, the setup, the organization. You're not waiting 3 or 4 days for a video to come through. It's literally coming through same day. When stuff like that happens, it starts clicking, you're in your zone. And it wouldn't have happened if I didn't journal, because by journaling, I saw that I'm out of my zone. Something was wrong. And that's where I just took some breaks, took some time off, and then came back. And I would say that our group now is 10 times better than what it was. And dang it, man. This would have been a $15,000 day had I not closed that out. Dadgummit. Son of a gun. Ugh. Makes me sick. Not really, doesn't make me sick. What makes me sick is the people who are not on here taking advantage of this with us. Man, I'm not even going to work today. I'm going to the kitchen. I'm popping a bottle of champagne. Let's see here. Everyone should take a screenshot of this and throw it on social media. Everyone, Facebook, Instagram, I don't care what. I don't give. If you're in another Telegram group, everyone should be on here with this one because this is beautiful. Actually, I'm kidding, Joey. I can't drink right now. I've got way too much work I got to get done, actually. As soon, I'm supposed to already be off this call as of 21 minutes ago to head to Fit Plus to take care of some stuff. So, but I can't leave. I can't leave. This is too much fun. But I want y'all to spam the heck out of me, and I will share every single person's post. Scott says, check your I just sent you a deposit on the Ferrari. That's what's up. Yeah, and you guys can see I'm trading small lots. I mean, this is only $30 a pip. If you come into this thing, if you had $100,000 account and you were trading this with the risk that we had, you could enter this trade at about, man, at $100,000, you could enter this account. Yeah, I'm talking high risk. You could do about $200 a pip right now, which would have put you at 6x from where I'm at. So this trade right now would be 60K for you, almost 70K in one day. And keep in mind, like, this trade's not been going on forever. We hit this trade right here. We've only been in this trade for 37 minutes. So that's it. And I've been, 37 minutes, man. That's it. And we're at $97,000 equity, $9,300 in profit for the day. Actually, no, because I've still got to add my money. So, I mean, it'll be $11,000 a day. Let's see here. Great day today. Already closed out in profit. Had to stick to my trading plan. That's all that matters, Thomas. All that matters. Stay to that trading plan, man. And that's one thing I do want to preach. You come up with your plan. Don't follow my plan. If you got a plan and it says close out at 50 pips and you close out at 50 pips ago, then I'm proud of you. I want everyone to stick to their plan, because when you stick to your plan, you can't lose. It's like, for example, when I closed out my $2,000 of change in profit, I can't lose. If this trade went back and knocked me out of every single thing here, I still made it's like $2,080 today. No one's complaining about that. Okay. If I close out my first position that I got right now, at $4,700, no one's complaining about having a $7,000 day. No one. So that's what we have to remember is you stick to your rules, you will be much happier than by not sticking to your rules, trying to guess like, well, I could have done this. Well, I should have done this. No. You had rules. You stuck to them. Congrats. High five. Bro, greed will kill. And that's why I set these parameters for myself right here, because I don't want to be greedy. And I can be greedy and say, you know what? I'm just going to let my runners run today like I normally would. But this is too big of a push for me not to take advantage of that. So I've got my zones here to see what happens. We got 6 minutes before that new 30-minute candle opens up. And this is going to be a zone. So we got to watch out and be cautious of that, So that's where we're at. Now let's see how close we are to, oh, look at that. We are so freaking close, guys. I mean, right there. And it did wick right there. That's really not a tight zone. But man, from where I would I'll close out. I'll tell you that right there. If we get right there, 63 pips away, I'm closing out. I am done. We barely missed it. Look at that. 27 pips. That's wild. Oh, we're heading up. Man, stuff like this just gets me fired up. Big time. Is there a certain percent that you allocate towards crypto? You know, I got asked that on Instagram, and there's really not. I got all my crypto stuff a long time ago, and right now I trade forex profits from my forex. I'll take and just set them in an account. I've only taken out a handful of withdrawals while trading forex, just because I have money in my other businesses and things that I'm involved in that I live off that one, and have fun with it. And then this is, when I say forex truly is a hobby, it's a hobby. I've never turned it into a job. Like, I have to make this. I want to make $500 a day. So when you look at making $500 a day is what I like to do. As it is right now, I'm up, $1,200. So basically, I've got 24 days worth of trading. So if I close out trades today, I could literally take off 24 trading days and not trade anymore, and I've hit my goal for those days. So that's kind of how I look at it. Is $500 a day. That's the goal. And it doesn't matter how that averages out. So if I've got one day where I hit $5,000, then that's 10 trading days. So ultimately, I don't have to trade for the next 10 trading days, or I could trade every other day. And I keep up with that in my journal. So as long as my average is 500 a day, I'm golden. I'm cool with that. All right, guys, 4 minutes. Just said, I think I may close out at 1,000 if it hits. Already protected over half with only a point. Bro, look at that. Joey is trading at $2 per pip, and he's already at $1,000. I love that. That's what's up. And that risk is minimal. Like, when you're trading $2 a pip, your risk is truly minimal if you're keeping it close and tight. I mean, no one's worrying about that. Man, it's so close. And this is going to make for an amazing. Oh, no, I'm not recording. No, I'm just kidding. This is going to make an amazing one for YouTube. We're going to have some fun. Hopefully people enjoy this one, because it started off as boring. Like, we got no volume right there at the beginning. We had that little push and there was nothing. Yeah, man, gluing yourself to the screen is not fun. I don't care who you are. Like, if I'm sitting at this desk all day long, what's the difference of me sitting here all day long or versus a cubicle somewhere all day long? Now, you'll have the arguments of, well, you'll probably make more money while you're sitting there. You're still dedicating your life to this computer and a screen while your family's out here. Maybe your wife's in here, like all this stuff. It's like, no. I want to be here for an hour and a half a day and be done with it. Close the computer and be done. Now I may come back and check things mid-afternoon. I mean, because I try to leverage my time. If the kids are all in showers and Hannah's fixing dinner or getting things ready, then okay, it's like, cool. Babe, you need help with dinner? Nope, I got it. All right, I'll jump on the computer, see what's going on. I want to leverage that time. I don't want to be stuck here while everything's over there. So what's up, Chris? So I use Remarkable. You'll see a few people in our group that already have them. It's it's right here. So, which that's an note I was taking, but I mean, it looks like that right there. So the reason I like it is because I don't have to worry about paper and losing papers and all this. I've got a pen, I write it down, it saves it, I'm good to go. So I highly recommend a Remarkable. It'll be the best investment that you've made for trading, and even yourself as far as just keeping up with things. Trade on FTMO challenge account. Is that a question, or are you telling me that you were trading on an FTMO account? And you want to hear something cool? If you were trading an FTMO challenge account and you started going live with these Zooms when we kicked it off, you've already passed big time. US 30's volume is terrible after the morning anyway. Exactly. I mean, you're literally sitting there watching paint dry. And that's why I like to protect and walk away. Because, like, if it's meant to run, it's going to run. If it's not meant to run, it's not meant. All right, guys, here we go. New 30 minutes about to open. Get the trigger finger ready. Oh, yeah, dude, congrats. Carbon Capital's funding program kicks up soon. So I hope you guys are ready, because it's going to be sick. I'll say soon, about probably, 60 days out, give or take. But it's going to be sick. I'm stoked to have that thing going. Yeah, man, drawdown. If you can, and that's what I tell people all the time. It is easy. If you've got if you got $100,000 account, $500,000 account, $1 million account, or whatever, it's easy to get in drawdown. and ignore it, because you know that you can make up for it. You know that you can hedge it, or you know that you can just let it ride, and sooner or later things will, come up. No, sorry about that. Good call. It's just there. I closed it out. So, it's those things are for drawdown. I like to have drawdown as minimal as I can. I used to be one of those guys. It's like, oh, I'll hold this forever. And it just never ended good for me because you miss other opportunity. If I see someone that's holding, even $30,000-$40,000 in drawdown, waiting for something to come back along, and they're not taking trades, then you're missing opportunity. Like if you were in buys right now and you were waiting on this to buy back up, you missed this entire sell because you wasn't looking for the sell, you were looking for the buy. So you gotta watch out for that drawdown. Me, I keep stopping out, losing what I made on drawdown because I sell. Yep, just got in a buy per my trend line break. Awesome. Murder it, Danny. Where are we up at that candle? Ooh, we up at that candle right there. Yeah. So 34493. Let's see, we're at 34496. So yeah, I've got these placed right about that same zone over here, and didn't even didn't pay attention to that. We just drew these on the 30, so that lines up pretty dang close to it. So I'll take that all day. So we will see what happens. Let's see what my boy said here to me. I got the horrible hiccups, man. And they just come randomly, which I did drink my coffee pretty fast. Andrew said, dang, had to go to work and deleted my sell and stops. And they didn't activate when I had to leave. No. Oh, man, don't worry. There's more times. We will catch it again, I promise. I've been in that situation a million times. Tell you something that was crazy. So that's why I use a mouse. If you got a laptop, invest in a mouse. Do not use a trackpad, because if you swap over here and you're moving something around, you can accidentally hit the X with your finger. And I closed out a buy position at $50 a pip when US 30 was like 19,900 something bucks. And I didn't mean to. And there's no way I could have got back in that position because it already went up to, well, that's where my position got in at. Price was already at like almost 20,200, 20,300. And it's like, I could never get that position again because it never went back. So, man, I'd love to have held that position for a month, 2 months, 3 months. That'd have been sick. That'd have been a 16,000 pip trade if I was still holding it. Well, 14,000 some change. Can you imagine stacking on that position and just say, you know what? Every 1,000 pips, I'm up so much, I'm just going to drop $10 per pip on it. We did the math one day and it is stupid. I mean, just stupid. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. There's some serious traders out there, guys. Like the big traders that I know, like the big guys that trade massive money in the stock market and even in the foreign exchange market, they're not even on social media. Like these are dudes that just chill at their house and they don't drive fancy cars. They're not even trying to promote themselves. They're not doing anything. They just make a crap ton of money. And I mean, those dudes are wild. I'm talking crazy. And that's what they'll do. They'll hold stuff forever. I'm talking forever. Andy, why did I wait this long to join your group? Bro, I kept trying to tell you. And here's the thing, and this has nothing to do with the group that you were in. This is just me speaking out aloud. There's a lot of people that are in groups together with other people. And, the group stays, silent about stuff. The group doesn't talk a lot about trades. The group doesn't talk a lot about what they're doing. The group doesn't go live. It's just a bunch of people posting. And it's like, I want people to win. Okay. I want you to win. And if I want you to win, and I'm sitting here winning as well, why wouldn't I want you to do that? It's like always, and this is a kind of a sore subject with some people, but I'm always one of those guys that's like, if you're around someone that's making $1 million a year and you're with this person day in and day out, there's only 2 reasons that you too cannot make $1 million. One of those reasons, hold on a second. Let me check oh, look at that. Dang, that sucked. That got really close. And it popped back up 64 pips quickly. Man, I hate it when it does that. So what ends up happening is there's only 2 reasons why that person doesn't make $1 million as well. One, either the person that makes the $1 million doesn't share it with them as far as the information. And if you've got one of those people in your lives, they don't want you to win. Okay. For example, if you've got a friend that you trade with side by side, and every time you meet up with that friend's like, yo, bro, did you see where I made 10K yesterday? I posted it up on social media. And you're like, yeah, bro, that was cool. You posted it up after the trade happened. And why didn't you tell me you took the trade? I was with you all day. We were drinking beers together. Oh, yeah, I just didn't think about it. Just what I do. I've heard that before. I've literally been around people and they're like, yo, bro, check this out. I made 50K today. It's like, when did you make that? Oh, I got in a sell of this, and this while we were eating hot wings. Why don't you tell anybody? I just didn't. I didn't tell anybody. I might, because here's what happens. They wasn't 100% married to that trade. They took that trade thinking it may do something. And then once it took profit, then they wanted to show it off. Typical, Forex guy. So, but then you've got another person who shares it. Okay. So now the fault is on the person next to them. So if the person next to them isn't taking advantage of it, if the person next to them is not leveraging that relationship, that's on them. There's nothing more you can do. Oh. Let's see what happens. Is it going to break the zone? Oh, don't do that to me, baby. Don't do it to me. Come back, wick it and come back down. Get my trigger finger ready. Man, it's going to do it. It's going to do it. Don't do it. You like that? I figure pillow talk may help it. Don't do it, baby. Man, don't close. Don't close. Give me a wick. Come on, baby. No, it's chasing that. It's going to chase the 200 out there. Just wick down. Come on. Bring that candle down. So when I'm looking at closed positions, I'll always wait till candle close for closing, because that wick can always go up and the other candle can open and slam right back down. So that's one thing you do want to be cautious of when you're closing out. Wait for the candle close, even no matter how much it burns. And give it the 5-second countdown. We're going to push. I don't feel it. It's going above the wick. We can't go above the wick, baby. And there we go. Now that wick. So now what I will do, got 90K locked up. I'm going here. Double click that one. We will kill half at 05. Put that money in the bank right there. And then I've got my runner that is currently setting at 374 pips away. So we're trading at $5 a pip now on that entry. So what we will do is go back here and look at the 30-minute. And then we know that currently where we're at, if we leave here and go back down on that TP, that's roughly 131 pips, which puts it $600, which puts this trade at maybe 2,500. So 2,500 more on top of my equity would put me at 96, almost $97,000. So that's where we're at. And we missed the last TP on that push by only 12 pips. So freaking close. But we're going to keep our eyes on it. We're going to keep our eyes on this zone, see what happens. So yeah, not a bad day. I mean, not a bad day at all. As is right now, closed out trades puts us at $6,400 to some change profit. So no one is complaining about that. And, let me read through my, got a message here. And, I'll talk about that. Andy, do you feel bad that you didn't close out when it was at its peak, where you would have put almost 97,800 in the bank? No, not one bit. It doesn't bother me none, because I've set my goals for this at a point that's so achievable, that knowing that I woke up this morning with an account that was at, $86,200 some change. And now if I close my computer, I've got an account that's 92,000. So I'm only, $7,500 away from turning this account into 100K from $7,800. So no one is complaining about that. So super awesome trades, killed it, murdered it. And now we leave our runner. So, I mean, we have a solid runner setting way up here. I mean, and Price could come and knock us out, but guess what? If it does, we're still setting at 92K, baby. Like, that's what I'm talking about. So let me see here. I'll go through the questions a little bit. I'm gonna go back to the topic I was talking on real quick before US 30 started doing its crazy thing here. But it's that thing where you've got to leverage that relationship, and that's what I said yesterday in one of my Instagram stories that I uploaded. Was there are cousins who have literally been with me at every single Christmas party with like, so Andy, what are you into nowadays? It looks like you and Hannah are doing well. Y'all have been traveling. You quit your job. You've bought like 4 or 5 new cars. And I'm like, crypto, hit me up. We'll go eat lunch. We'll go eat dinner. Like, you're my family. You're my cousins. So we can just invite me to your house, cook me dinner or something. And I'll give you all the blueprint to everything I've been doing. And I can tell you how many took advantage of it. Zero. That's it. None of them invited me out to dinner, bought me dinner, or invited me to their house to talk business, to know what I wanted to do, because to them at that point in time, it seemed like luck. Fast forward, now we're setting many years ahead and little bitty investments. So, I mean, and I did the math the other day. I've got it wrote down right here. When I first started mentioning crypto, and if anyone that was around me at that time would have just dropped in, $2,000, that's it. It was $2,000. And didn't touch it, literally just left it for the long haul. $2,000 right now is $976,000. And that's on the low end. That's like on the low end. So, didn't want to do it. So it's like, it's not my fault they didn't do it. I gave it. They didn't leverage the relationship. They didn't leverage the knowledge that was there. It's like me when I went to Arizona and I was there with Anthony. I would sit there and I'm talking to him. I'm like, so bro, what are we doing? He's like, man, let's go eat breakfast. Let's chill out. And he'd be like, I'm about to take a sell on so-and-so. And I'm like, cool. I get my phone out, boom, click it. Because I knew if he makes 100K and I'm entering it on the lot size I'm making, I'm going to make 10K. If he loses 100K, I'm going to lose 10K. But guess what? We're both going to win if he wins. And if he loses, we'll both lose. Cool. I'm willing to take that risk. I've had people sit with me at dinner. I've had people sit with me on my sofa. And I'm like, hey, guys, just a heads up. I'm about to buy so-and-so. Cool. And then an hour later, yo, look at this. I'm up 12K. Or look at this. I'm up 5K. How much are you up? And they're like, what do you mean? Did you take the trade? No, I didn't take it. Why? I didn't. Because you were on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, scrolling. Yeah, I didn't think it would do that. So again, you can only blame, if you're the person putting out the information, you can only blame the other people for not being where they're at when they're around you. So that's why I say, when you got these groups, within Telegram or Discord or whatever, wherever you're at, if the person leading you is winning, if the person leading you is living a good life, and you don't take advantage of the information they give you, you don't take advantage of the trades that they put out, you don't take advantage of that information, then guess what? You're the only person to blame for not being where you want to be. And I mean, I hate saying that because it sounds pretty bad, but same goes for me. I mean, like I said, there's people that, are in my local crew that are smashing it. And then there's people who are not, and they're watching from the sidelines, and I hate it because it's opportunities there. I've been giving out calls, markups, everything for years, from crypto to Forex to stocks, you name it. So at this point, man, it's on the people. So sorry to go down my rabbit hole, but had to talk about it. I'm so excited to learn from you. I just joined and been in other Discords, but I feel good about this one. Thanks. I appreciate that, Ethan. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I'm a dude, and I said this on Instagram yesterday. I'm just a dude that loves to have fun, loves to trade, and I want people to join the journey with me. That's it. Like nothing more. I'm nothing special. People will write in here, you're the GOAT, you're this. I'm not, man. I can promise you right now, I'm not the greatest of all time. there are people that, burn me out of the water. And I mean, I say that about, me and Anthony and all of us, we've had that conversation. Like there's people that are making billions of dollars every single day. Those people are the GOATs, not me. Like I'm not a GOAT. I'm not a king. I'm not none of this stuff. I'm Andy Peters, and I love having fun. I love to trade, and I love to take people with me. That's it. Like, so, when people think, when people join other people's Telegrams and Discords, and the guys that run that thing is like, oh yeah, follow me. I'm the best in the biz, and I'm this. And it's like, bro, come off your pedestal a little bit, because there's some dudes out there that are making literally what you make in a year in like an hour. Those are the GOATs, like if you were on a Zoom right now with Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or Bill Gross or any of those guys, those are the GOATs. Those are the kings, even me, like, at one point in time today, we were up like 12, 13K in one day. Some people would look at that and be like, bro, you literally just racked in almost 13K in one day. You're the GOAT. It's like, man, I'm really not though. Like, because there's someone I can promise you right now that while I made that 13K, made 200K. And there's someone who, when they made that 200K, someone made $1 million. And there's someone who when they made $1 million, someone made $1 billion. Somewhere out there, someone did that. So you just got to stay humble. Trading is selfish entrepreneurship, but it doesn't have to be with Andy. Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're in this together, hands down. Dang, if you look at it, remember I said next zone was 34399 and it wicked it. It did. To a T right there. And missed mine, man. It missed it. And I was, right there was a solid zone. I was really hoping though for that right there. But hoping doesn't get it there. But right there is, that's a solid one right there. Even if you go to the top of that wick right there, boom. Again, I'm not the GOAT. If I was a GOAT, I'd have caught that. People are scared to do anything new. They are. People are scared of anything that requires change. And, you start to, you sense that animosity with people, like when you meet up with, whether it's friends, family, acquaintances, whatever, and you hear the, well, yeah, must have been nice to do this, or yeah, must be nice to do this. And it's like, man, those same people had the same opportunity I did. I look at the people that worked for me at my business. And I come in. Now, keep in mind, if your boss is walking in sharing secrets with you every day, what do? You take advantage of it. So I'm walking in, people are like, so Andy, what are you doing this week? Well, me and Hannah are going on a trip. We're going here. I just bought this car and I'm doing this. They're like, wow, how do you do all that? It's like, well, I trade crypto, because at this point in time, there was no Forex. I trade crypto. Really? What's that? What's this? To explain everything. Well, how much should a person put in? Well, I can't advise you on how much to put in, but what I could say is, this is what I've done. And I'll pull out my portfolio and then I show them. And then when you show them, they're like, oh, wow. So I could get started in that right now? Yeah, sure could. Well, is there any coins that you're looking at? Yeah, here's a list of them. And I print it out, leave it on the table at the office. I'm like, look, here's the things that I'm currently buying. Take a look at them, see what you think. And every single one of them on those papers has went a minimum of 10x to 100x. So again, information's in front of them. And sometimes we're so, and this goes more down psychology, but this is really good to listen. This is a really good one. So hear me out on this one. Sometimes we overlook the things that we think are the same. Like, you ever have a girlfriend or a wife that gets her hair done, and because you look at your wife all the time, you expect her to look a certain way. In your head, you already know how she's going to look. So when you see her, you don't notice sometimes the hair. You don't notice maybe she cut it a different way, styled a different way, or whatever. But then she goes out with friends, and then the friends who hadn't seen them a lot are like, oh, wow, you changed your hair. She's like, well, at least someone noticed. It was because you already see her all the time. So you already have the perception of how her hair is going to look, how it's going to, all this great stuff. Same thing happens in life. And I proved this theory at Fit Plus. So at Fit Plus, there's a sign on the door. So our left door had been broke, and this happened right around COVID, and we couldn't get the parts in for it. And I had a sign on the door that said, door is broke, please use other door. Okay. So I was telling everybody about this theory about how we all look at things the same. So like when you get in your car and you're driving to work, The signs that have been sitting on the road forever that says a house is for sale, you don't pay attention to that sign, that the sign says the house is for sale. That sign could say this house is free, and you would literally drive by it because you know what that sign says and it's already out of your memory. So subconsciously, you know, oh, that's a for sale sign. You just keep driving. And you know, a few people at Fit Plus, even my wife, she's like, babe, no, people look at stuff like that. I said, they don't. It's been proven they have it. Like I've studied the way people work, and it doesn't work that way. I was like, watch, I'll put a sign up there that says, I will give you $1,500 if you come and tell me that this door's broke. She was like, you're about to give out a lot of money. I was like, I'm only giving it to one person, but I can promise you not one person will notice that. She's like, all right, prove me wrong. I went up, made a sign, and it said the same thing on the top. It said, this door is currently broken. And then in one point font below, no, it's actually two. So the first one up there was like, I think it was like 50 or something like that. And then the next one was like, I think, like, no, so it was 10. Yeah, it was 50 and 40. So it was just a 10-point font difference. And in the bottom, it said one line, let me know this door's broke for $1,500. That was it. That sign was on a door for an entire week, and not a single person let me know that door was broke, because all the people that came in there on a daily basis knew that door was broke. They knew what that sign said. So because they did, they literally walked past it knowing, oh, that sign says the same thing it said yesterday. It's still in the same spot. It hasn't moved. So the same thing happens with people in life. They get in these rotations of just doing the same thing, not looking at opportunity around them, you know, because they know it's the same, you know. So it's like, if I walked into a room of 100 people and I said, look, if you put $1,000 on this today, at the end of this year, you're going to have $100,000. Every single person in that room, most would do it if I told them to do it. But when you say, hey, I'm putting $1,000 into this, it doesn't matter what you do. They're like, well, if you're so married to it, you'd tell everyone to do it. It's like, no, because you're going to make your own decision. And it scares the heck out of people when they have to do something different, because they're just so used to doing the same thing over and over again that all the opportunity that comes in front of them, they pass it by. And I've even heard friends say it. I've heard friends tell me, buddy Jared's the best one. I'm in his house in Cleveland, Tennessee. He's got a nice piece of land. He looked across the street. He's like, man, if someone were to put up storage buildings across the street over there, they'd make so much money. He's like, I see people driving down this road constantly, taking stuff to storage rooms out of the neighborhood and everything. It's like, well, why don't you do it? He's like, because my luck, I'd do it and it fell. I went, well, you just said, though, if someone did that, it'd make a ton of money. And I was like, and I know you got money in the bank. Just do it. He's like, man, nah, because I mean, ultimately it probably fell. Fast forward 2 years later, a dude opened one up across the street, and it's booked. You can't even get a space there. I was going to put one of my vehicles in there, and like, they had no spaces open. It's been booked forever. It's like, see, opportunity right there in front of you. You didn't take advantage of it. You thought you'd lose. I'm looking to invest into crypto, but I feel like I missed the boat. Nah, crypto's still fresh. There's only a very small percentage of the population that still even knows what crypto is. Quick 80 pips up on my buy, smashed in 18 minutes. I love trading this way. I'm out to do some cardio. Danny, enjoy your day, bro. And congrats on the win, man. I love it. He said, you the local goat, though. Man, you know, and thank you. I greatly appreciate that, Jordan. I just, you know, when you, there's something to be said about holding yourself, you know, on a higher standard, and, you know, keeping yourself in a straight, you know, path, and thinking highly of yourself. You know, self-confidence, it radiates, and it makes you feel good. And it makes people around you, you know, sometimes respect you when you have a lot of that self-confidence. But at the end of the day, I also want to be that person that is just a normal guy. And, you know, getting the Ferrari kind of taught me a lot about how people look at you. I mean, because I've had cars. I mean, I've had a lot of cars. I've had Porsches. I've had, you know, BMWs. I've had Mercedes. I mean, I've had every car that you could think of that most people ever wanted, outside of when you start getting into the supercar realm and hypercars and all that. That wasn't my thing. You know, I always wanted it, but I just couldn't pull the trigger. So then when I got the Ferrari, I noticed it more because I'd go to a gas station, you know, and a kid would say, Mom, I want to take a picture of his car. And you would hear her say, sweetie, he doesn't want you taking pictures of his car. Just leave him alone. You know, it's like, no, bro, you can come sit in my car. Come sit in the car, honk the horn, rev it up, do whatever you want to do. You know, and you start just seeing the perception that people think that when you're, higher up, or you've got something nicer than them, that, they can't talk to you, they can't approach you. And it's like, no, you don't understand. Like, I'm still the dude, and for the Chattanooga people, y'all understand this. It's like, I'm still the dude that grew up off Highway 58. Like, grew up on Highway 58 behind McDonald's over there on Howell Drive, the Beverly K area. Like, that was me. And I'm still that same dude. Like, I go over there and I visit friends that are still the same. I had a lot of friends that lived off of Glass Street in downtown Chattanooga, and I still go there and visit their family. And it's crazy. And that's just me. So I don't like people to think that, oh man, you can't talk to him. He's a traitor. He does this, or he owns this. Man, no, bro, I'm a human with flesh and blood. I bleed like everybody else. And guess what? At the end of the day, I'm going to die like everybody else. We're all going to die. So humbleness can take a person a long ways. That's for sure. George Soros, 8 billion one day in FX. Exactly, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's there's a lot of hold on one second. There are a lot of steps to this. It's like, as I'm sitting here, I mean, we're in a nice house. Our house is 4,200 square foot. We have nice cars. We do good things, but there's someone right now over, in Cali or New York or somewhere down in, Miami, that's, sitting in a $100+ million house with, millions of dollars of cars, who probably just made a trade worth millions of dollars. It's like, just respectfully, you find your niche, you find where you're happy at. And I tell people, find that happy medium of your life, and you guys heard me talk about my buddy Ronnie, that, passed away just day before yesterday. And it's, it's that same thing where you've got to enjoy life. And if you're always striving, and that's a conversation that you guys have probably heard me talk about with Tyler a lot. Well, some of y'all know him as Anthony's World. Is, we had like a 2-hour conversation one day about life. And I was like, dude, you just got to enjoy it. You truly have to, because what ends up happening is, when you're chasing and you're chasing and you're chasing and you're chasing, you have to look at where you come from, and the things that you're chasing now that you're wanting to get rid of are things that you once dreamed of. So it's like me, when people are like, so Andy, when you sell the Ferrari, I mean, you're probably going to get what, a Pista or, an Aventador. And it's like, I don't want to keep chasing this higher high. At some point, I want to say, man, this is cool. Life is cool. I get to stay home with my kids. We can go wherever we want. Bills are paid for. People are happy. We're healthy. And guess what? I'm alive. And once you get to that level where you're not chasing and chasing and chasing, you can breathe. If I woke up every day knowing that I had to chase to be better than this person, if I had to chase to have a nicer car than this person, if I had to chase to make more money than this person, that'd be a miserable life. I couldn't do it. I would get so burned out. I would be miserable. So there's something to say for just being, I don't like saying content, because content and complacement and stuff can sooner or later lead you down a road of laziness. But man, at some point you just got to say, I'm happy. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy where my family's at. So now let's just enjoy it. You were great to me because you care. I appreciate that. I truly do, man. I truly do. I care a lot. It's most people's belief that money isn't free and it must be a scam. Amen to that. It's the unknown that people are scared of. They have no belief in themselves. Yep. That is so true, bro. Opportunities exist, but people fail to take action. It's definitely easier said than done. We were always going to be wishing, saying, what if we did? Yep. I mean, I do the same thing. I mean, there's times where I look at trades and I'm like, why didn't I take advantage of that? And I can say there's times I've looked at trades. I'm like, I'm scared. I'm scared to take that trade. It doesn't look good. I don't like it. I'm scared, Scott, appreciate you again. I appreciate you again, bro. Enjoy your day at work. Do you feel that way of thinking came with getting older? No, it came with death. I've been surrounded by death a lot. I mean, my entire life, it's been death on top of death. I mean, there's a picture that I've got at my parents' house that's got me lined up with all of my friends, like best friends, people that I went on vacations with, trips with, everything. And I'm literally the last one standing. And when you see that, it's very humbling. I mean, my whole arm. So, I mean, everything on my arm tattoo wise has to do with life, and then death of people that were extremely close to me. And I think that when people realize how real death is, it starts sinking in because everybody thinks they have more time. Everyone thinks they have more time. Like Ronnie across the street, I mean, when he left on his motorcycle that morning, he hugged his wife bye, told his wife bye, told his kids bye with, I'm coming home tonight. Hey, what's for dinner? What are we going to do? And no one's thinking dad's not coming home. No one's thinking, my husband's not coming home. Life is that quick. I mean, in an instant. And seeing people that I know personally who have died of overdoses, car accidents, to suicides, to cancer, it just puts it so real that after a while you're like, that could be me. Like that could be me. And when you start thinking about that quickly, you realize none of this stuff really matters. None of it. Like if I had to drive a 1986 Volvo, and I use that because I love the 1986 Volvos, with no AC, which I'd want AC because of my kids, but I'm talking about for me personally, if that was my daily car and we lived, and I'm not saying anything bad about this because we've actually looked at doing this on some big land, a little, double wide trailer somewhere, but I didn't have to sell my time. We were able to stay at home with the wife and kids, and my kids had an amazing life. They had clothes, they had air conditioning, they were fed every day, and we all got to enjoy life as a family. Or even fast forward, we don't even have a house. We live in an RV, just traveling. Guess what? I'll do that every day for the rest of my life, because to me, living life is more important than just trying to, keep building and building and building, making people think that, you're something that you're not. Because at the end of the day, it's not. Hannah laughs all the time. I was at Chick-fil-A going through the drive-through and getting the kids some stuff. And as I'm walking back to the car, I could hear this car full of girls and guys go, that's Andy Peters. That's Andy Peters. That's the guy we follow. That's the guy we follow. And I turned around, I waved, and they're like, and I walked over there. I was like, y'all doing good? And they're like, I can't believe you're here. We've been following you forever. I was like, that's cool. And, one of the guys was like, can I get a picture? And I'm like, yeah, dude, sure. I mean, it just hit me up sometime and we'll all go out and eat dinner or something, and I got in the car and we were laughing. It's like, people could let stuff like that get to their heads, and people could get to that point where it's like, whoa, yeah, I'm someone. Yeah. It's like, nope, you've got to scale that thing down, man. So, but yeah, to go back to it, I mean, I think it has a lot to do with age over time. But most importantly, you just got to realize that life is quick and will pass you by so fast. And you just got to take advantage of every single moment instead of trying to chase to be, better than the next person constantly and religiously, to where that's what makes up your life. If you do it on a day-to-day basis, to where you're just trying to create a better, person, better self, I guess, care for, finances and all that, cool. But when you're doing it to only chase what someone else has and to look a certain way in front of people, then you're lost. You're completely lost. Let me read through these questions real quick. Agreed. When I lost my grandmother and watched her pass, I was humbled to the greatest degree. Amen, brother. I held my grandmother and my aunt's hand as they both passed away, and it was horrible. I hated it. I'll be here every single day until it clicks, and I have the confidence to do it with yes, all day, bro, all day. Gotta get to work. Have fun, Jeremy. Don't work too hard. I want to say I gotta get this message out real quick. Question from Mr. Rob. Andy, after you draw your trend lines, when you say paint it or repaint on the charts, can you tell? Yeah, most definitely. So what ends up happening is, see the swing low right here? This swing low, if this price goes below this swing low, then this will disappear and we'll have another swing low over here. And it can repaint swing lows as it goes. So what messes people up, and more so in the 1 minute, is when they're looking at swing low right here and they're like, oh, we got a swing low, so we're going to turn around and go this way. Then as soon as they turn around to go that way, they're like, oh, but it was supposed to, I'm sorry. They think it's going to swing up this way because they get a swing low, but then it falls further. And they're like, oh, I thought it was going to go up because I got a swing low. Like here, we got a swing low and price went up. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to go up, because it can keep going lower and repaint these dots. Now, what won't be repainted are these dots, because these dots here have already formed themselves and prices went lower than this dot and create a lower one as it went up. So
when we say repainting of the dots, these dots can disappear and repaint, and it gives a false sense of, oh, something is about to happen. So that's why I say you have to react to it. So like what we have here is we got swing high here and here. So you can literally do that right there. Now, it's okay. If price breaks this zone that we had marked up earlier and this trend line, I'm taking buys. Where are you taking buys to? Well, here's the trend line where you broke. So you would take buys from here to this trend line, just like that. And then that's really it. Wow. This is an hour and a half. That flew by. So see where we're at before I close out and have to get to the office. Man, that's so close. So close. So, and this is a great example for you guys to see live. As you can see, I said we need to open up 30-minute candles in here and keep them in here. That 30-minute candle wick, and look where it come right back into this box. So, but my rules state that this zone here could have been a buy-up zone to this 200, and if it would have hit that 200, we'd have climbed on top of it, and I'd have lost a lot of money. So, I mean, basically, we're below where I closed out. I closed out at roughly $25. So currently where we're at, if you're looking at math on this, I mean, that's a pretty good chunk that a person would leave on the table. But one thing that I like to look at is the overall picture. So what I'm looking at right now is if price hits this, that'll be my TP area, but we can see that there's not much for my runner. There is another dot right here. So we could possibly catch a bounce there. I mean, this thing could hit this and then ride all the way to the bottom for another, 600, 700 pips. But to keep myself true, let's do this right here. That way you guys can see it in live. TP, baby. So take that TP and we're going to set it right in between those zones like that, which comes out to be $2,600 if it gets smacked. I wish you would smack it right here on the live. That'd be sick. Since that is our last TP of the day for me. There's 1, 2, 3 TPs, 30-minute break. And look how clean that 30-minute break was. I mean, we could not have had a cleaner trade than that at all. Amazing, man. I freaking love this stuff. Absolutely love it. Make sure I'm not missing any questions. Why did you mark up that zone? This zone right here, I marked up just based on what I saw right here on this consolidation area. And then I marked this bottom line based on this swing high. So anywhere you've got swing high and swing lows is an area of support or resistance. So you know that if it hits that and breaks through it, we're in trades going that direction. If it hits it and rejects, it's heading back up. So that's how I pay attention to those. Oh, look at who we got in the house, guys. We got Lyndon Phipps Peters. Watch this. You want to see something cool? Come here. Come here. Stand right here. Put these on. And then talking to the microphone. Right here.
Hello.
What do you want to say? Say something.
What?
Anything. The microphone's yours. Say it. Tell me what your most favorite song is right now.
Just like you.
I love it. I'll be done in just a little bit, okay? I love you. Mwah. All right. All right. Favorite game to play with you? Her favorite song was that one. You know what's funny? Our kids, well, most kids have like favorite games. Our kids' most favorite thing to do with us is just do something outside. They love just going outside and playing. Uno. For her, yeah, they love Uno. Uno and Monopoly. They will play Monopoly all day long if you let them. And Lyndon will try to bankrupt every single person there. So So for the reversal, you'd mark your swing high, the bid structure for 34,785. So if you were looking for a reversal, oh, sorry, sweetie. If you were looking for a reversal, this zone right here at the 34,355 possibly could reverse the price just based on this area here and what we see with this consolidation. When I say consolidation, what we see right in there, that's where it just and then shot off. But the way I like to look at this is I like to have my entries either an hour or two before market open, an hour or two before London open, and then obviously I like to trade the New York Open because of volume. Because when you get that volume, it's really, really hard to get stuck. If you were to get into a trade and it only moved 12 or 15 pips, and then it did that for the course of 3 to 4 hours, you're on pins and needles, wondering where this thing's going to go. You don't have the volume, and chances are you're not feeling too great about the trade itself. You're kind of stressed. Whereas when you trade the market opens, and you've already got your positions, or you're already in a position, or you kind of have a general idea of where it's going, and you have that big volume push, you typically are going to have 30 to 60 pips they're going to push. And that allows you time to protect. So kind of my secret is, Andy, how do you not lose a ton of trades, but it knocks you out? I'm still winning the trades. Could be 50, 60 bucks. I'm still winning. I'm not losing. It's because I've got volume. I've got volume that pushes 60, 70 pips to where I've got enough room to protect, because protection is what it's all about, hands down. There we go. I had to adjust my mic, and I didn't want to leave it on while I was adjusting it because then I knew you guys would hear all that stuff. So I muted it. But yeah, I just like trading volume, And by now, what's really cool is people can go back and watch every single Zoom that we've had. Well, there's actually, I want to say there's like maybe 5 or 6 that we didn't record and upload, only because either the file was horrible, the volume was horrible, there was background noise, and or the 1080p didn't go through. And bam, look, hit it. TP3 smack. Now let's see if we get pushed through. So basically you can go back and watch all those and some amazing information. So my stop loss is actually in front of my entries. So anytime I take a trade, I'll wait for at least a nice little push up, and then I will go ahead and put my stop loss in front of my entry so I can't lose that trade. That trade is always protected. If I take a trade and I don't have any room to protect, then I'll look at more of a dollar amount of how much I'm willing to risk. So it's like, right now with a $92,000 account, I'm willing to risk 1% of this. So, I mean, technically I could risk $4,500 per trade. To me, that's way too much. If I'm just being honest, that is way too. Well, actually, no, that's not true. Sorry, I was thinking 5%. So it'd be 1,000. It'd be like $900 to $1,000 per trade. I said, like, that don't sound right. So even $1,000 for me is still pretty high. So I'm like, if I hit something and it's like, oh yeah, that went negative $200, I'll probably more than likely just close out to try to find another entry somewhere. I'm not about losing big money. I protect my capital at all cost. Look how close that got. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, baby. Don't play with me like that. You a tease. You one of those girls on Instagram that like post up censored photos saying, join my OnlyFans. That's what you are right now, US 30. All right. Here we go. Come on, baby. Look at that TP. Oh, bam. Done. Freaking love it. So we caught on our buy stops, if you held to my TP, 310 pips. If you got in on swing high, swing low at the top, 530 pips. So almost 800 pip day. Not bad. Look at the balance, guys. No open trades, setting at $95,107. Started this morning. We're just a tad over 86. So almost had a 10K day right here live with you guys. And we call it the move. And that's what's amazing, because here's the thing. As I look at this 30-minute chart, guys, we call it that move. Look at this 30-minute chart. We call it this move. We call it that move yesterday. We call it that move. You know, we call it this big move. We also call it that move here coming all the way down. We call it that. Like, as I'm looking at this, it's pretty crazy how many moves we've caught. Lee, I appreciate you, bro. You have a good one. But yeah, so I just need everyone to do me a favor before you get off here, before you get off the call. The only way that we can get more people involved in this, and you guys may have already done this, and if so, thank you in advance. The only way we can get more people involved is when people see what we're doing as a group. When you're able to say, I just got on a live and watched, whatever you want to call me. You can call me Andy. You can call me, Coach Peterson. I'm just kidding. Discord group, whatever. Literally watched my dude make over $10,000 live, and we took the same trades. We marked it up. I didn't just take these trades and leave you guys out to dry and then be like, oh yeah, so take a screenshot, give me a shout out, in the general section, not me, the group though. I mean, then the general section on Instagram, Facebook, wherever, because here's the thing. The more people that we have on this, the more we all get jacked up. If I'm here by myself in this house, I can get pretty excited about winning trades, but I can promise you, if we got 30, 40, 50 people online, we're getting more excited for each other. And then the more and more people start winning, we can change lives, because we all have that one friend that right now, I mean, literally at $1, an account with $1, that person just made $308 today with $1. $308 today. That's a big deal, guys. Because if you just could hit half of that a day for a month, that's $3,000 a month. $150 a day is $3,000 a month. $3,000 a month. No one wants to quit their job over that. But you know what that allows someone to do? That allows someone to get caught up on bills. That allows someone to go out on a date. That allows someone to maybe buy, their kid a new bike, all this stuff. And while I want to give those people money, it's like someone said earlier in the chat, you can give a man a fish, but you teach him how to fish, it changes everything. And that's how this is. I'd love to walk around and give every single person 5, 10K. People would be loving me. But the issue is, sooner or later, I'm going to go broke teaching people that. But one thing that I can't go broke doing is teaching people this, because guess what? The Forex market has trillions of dollars. There's enough money out there for everyone. So because there's enough money out there for everyone, you know what that means? We can all eat off of it. If every single person here won $1,000 every single day, the Forex market doesn't even know who we are. That's what it's about to me. And there's that bounce up from that rejection. So if you did look at that for that rejection off that swing high that we were talking about, it literally rejected right there. You're currently up 42 pips. Quick little scalp. I want to look at UCAD. A guy wanted me to look at the UCAD before I got off here. And obviously I'm delayed on looking at it. So UCAD, I would be looking at the structure here on that swing high, swing low, which we would have missed this move anyway, because that happened. It broke right there, which was 5 hours ago. That was before we started trading live. So I would have been looking at the buy on this swing high after the swing low on the hour. You could enter it on candle open, which is there, and you're currently up, 46 pips, nothing crazy. If you're looking at a break to get into another position, you've got an area of rejection right there that would take you to a TP up here if it breaks. So it would look like that right there. If you're looking for sell entries, you need a little bit more structure to set up. You do have a swing high, but you just need a little bit more structure to come through here to where you get a trend line on it. So the trend line that, I would like to see on this, and also keep in mind, look at this when we do this. See how we connected these 3 dots right here? As we connected these 3 dots, notice something. That's where price went up, bounce, gave us a swing high, and then wicked right there and came down. So keep in mind that this could also be an area of rejection. High risk trade. If you took a sell here, my stop loss would be about 10 pips off this right here. So stop loss would be setting at right there. So if you took the sell right now, stop loss is 1.27127 on that one. So dude, I swear you're really an awesome guy. I don't know what you're like in person, but man, thank you, Ben. Man, and anyone will tell you that knows me, the person that you guys see online is the same person I am in life. And that's why I'm not just what you see on my social media is not just like the typical flex stuff, or just me always trying to sell you something, or me always talking about trading. It's me out with the kids, it's me and Hannah out on date nights, it's me and friends hanging out, it's pictures of our dogs and videos of like, that's just me. What you see is what you get. Nothing more, nothing less. So looking pretty good now. That was already a 10 pip move while we're on the call. So watch out for that rejection coming down with that being your stop loss. Are you still playing with I am kind of to the side a little bit. But I've been having so much fun with this live trading that here's the thing. I allot myself about an hour and a half to 2 hours a day max to trade. So it's like if I trade with you guys for an hour, hour and a half, which today was almost 2 hours. And by the time I get done, I don't want to jump back on the computer and then start trading again, for another hour and a half or 2 hours or marking up stuff. I want to just enjoy my day. So as soon as I get off this call, there's no open trades. There's nothing. I'm done for the day. I'll be closing this laptop. And I've got a few things I got to do on YouTube, getting the video done. But I'll be done for the day. And it's early. It's 11:30. So take a quick shower, get the kids. We'll go grab a bite of breakfast somewhere, unless I think Hannah fixed something maybe. And then after that, we got to go to our old house, move out some stuff. It's just going to be a chill day. I'll enjoy my day. So in a matter of, we got on the call at 9:30. It was like 9:27. So almost 2 hours to the minute. 10K cleared. All trades are out of it. I'm good to go. Let's see where we're at over here. So yeah, so right there on that rejection and then win this call, you're currently up, almost 61 pips. So just like that. So I just started a funded program for 100K. Any suggestions on how to manage risk management all day? And make a post in the general section. There are a lot of people in our general section. Cody Pickering, which he is on the call right now. He's one of them that trades FTMO and has done a great job as well in his Forex pairs. So just make a post in general section and say, or the Forex section, either or, and say, hey guys, anyone else trading FTMO, any suggestions for me, anything like that? Because, the people that can tell you best are the people who are currently doing it. And that's what I like to do. The information's there, and we've got some heavy hitters in the group. So super stoked to have everybody here, guys. I'm gonna jump off here. It was a great day trading. Great. And yeah, Jordan, I forgot about Jordan. So just make a post in general. Jordan, Cody, everyone else that's part of it will help you guys. And then when Carbon Capital gets their stuff going, I look forward to seeing you guys over there because it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to end this though. Amazing session, guys. I had a freaking blast. Today was good. I needed today. Yesterday, as you guys know, it was just today's not any better. It's rough, but it's just being on here, talking with you guys, getting some stuff off my chest, and just being 100% honest with y'all is a lot of fun. So man, I thank the world of you guys for real. We're having fun, and I will see y'all later. Y'all be good.